Hello folks, my name is Mark, and this is Why I Hate the World. And something I want to talk about today is something I've been thinking about for a while. And it's this idea that both the political parties are the same. You know, you hear this a lot from people around election time, you know, especially now when, we're coming up to a presidential election next year. And it's this contention that both parties are basically mirrors of each other, and it's like the good cop, bad cop kind of thing, and both Republicans and the Democrats are beholden to the same corporations and other moneyed interests, and in the end, both of them end up screwing the rest of us. And my response to that statement is, fuck that shit. All right, it's bullshit, okay, because the two political parties in America, at least, are not the same, all right? There's a lot of crossover, okay, and there's a lot of corporate influence on both sides. Both parties are not the same, all right? That's bullshit. I'm sorry. I hear this a lot from libertarians and conservatives and shit, and basically I hear it whenever someone who's an ideologue, right, is confronted with unexcusable proof that the people that they voted for and they put their trust in is betraying them, okay? And I do hear this from other people on the liberal side too. People say this shit about Obama, they go he was elected and we wanted him to end the war, and the first thing he did was send more troops to Afghanistan, right? Or people say this about Ron Paul, they go Ron Paul will do something there'll be an appropriations bill for over the last 10 years for the Iraq war, right? There'll be an appropriations bill and he'll stuff it full of pork for his own districts, in fucking Texas, right? And then he'll vote against the appropriations bill because he knows that it's going to pass anyway. So then he can tell all those people oh, well, I voted against this, even though he filled it with all kinds of favors and shit for his donators, right? Ron Paul does that kind of thing, right? And the people that support him are so fucking gung-ho, they're all going gung-ho Ron Paul because they think he's ideologically pure, right? That they can't, the cognitive dissonance that comes with it just fucks with their minds, and they're like, well, you know what, everybody's fucking corrupt. It's not just him, it's everybody. Bullshit, okay? I'm sorry, it's just fucking, it's a defense mechanism is what it is, right? Blame everyone because you can't fucking blame yourself. That's what it is, right? But now, to be fair though, it is understandable because people see things like this, and they don't know what to think, right? And they go out and they vote, and they see the people they vote for fucking them over, and it seems like it's always in the favor of the corporations, right? And they see things getting proposed to SOPA, which, if you don't know what that is, it's the Stop Online Piracy Act, which is causing a big fucking buzz nowadays. Google came out and tried to stop it, and YouTube, and it's all over Reddit, and Mozilla, that was another thing. There were congressional hearings against this, and this was they go, well, hey, that was a bill that had bipartisan sponsorship, but not really. If you look at the people that sponsored the fucking SOPA, 90% of them are conservatives, all right? So keep in mind that Republican and conservative is not the same fucking thing, all right? I had a video about this already. Liberal and Democrat is not the same thing. One of them is a fucking political party, and the other one is a political ideology, and there's lots of crossover. And it just seems to me that 90% of all the policies and fucking everything that people are pissed off about, it's because of one fucking side. It's the conservatives that are causing this shit, alright? I'm sorry, that's just fucking how it is, dude, It's not the fault of the government itself. This is something that the libertarians and shit don't understand. The free market people, the fucking anarchists, right-wing anarchists, left-wing anarchists too. They don't understand it's not the government in itself. It's not because of the fact that we have a government that bad shit like this happens. It's the people inside of the government that cause it, okay? Government is a tool, right? The tool itself is only as good as the people who use the tool, okay? You have a hammer. You can use a hammer to nail fucking boards to a wall and build a house. You can also use it to kill somebody with, right? You can smash someone's brains out with it. It's not the fucking hammer's fault. It's the person that is using it that causes it, all right? all right, you want some examples? I guess it's time for some examples, right? You look at a lot of the policies that people hate, like, say, Guantanamo Bay, right? Oh, we shouldn't be torturing people, we shouldn't be fucking keeping people without trials. Who is keeping Guantanamo Bay open, right? Is it the liberals, right? Is it Obama? Is it the conservatives? Is it the fucking Tea Party people that want that to stay open? Who's blocking it from being closed, right? Who instituted those fucking naked airport scanners? What about that? Everybody fucking hates that. People on the right and the left fucking hate those naked airport scanners, and there's a big backlash. Whose idea was that, right? Who put those into place? Okay, who proposed that shit? Who made the fucking money off it? Was it Obama? Was it Ted Kennedy? Was it fucking Nancy fucking Pelosi? Right? No, it was Michael Chertoff, okay, who fucking, like, push that shit through so he could make money on his own fucking, like, from his own company. All right, guess what fucking ideology that guy follows? Okay, all right, what about I don't know, so some social issues, who keeps fucking, like, gay people from getting married, all right, or serving in the military, or adopting children? Okay, who keeps fucking, like, outlawing, voting down every time we try to, like, legalize or decriminalize marijuana? Who keeps fucking voting that shit down, right? Is it the liberals that are doing that, or the conservatives, right? Is it the progressive left, or is it the fucking far right? Okay, who fucking, what about those bank bailouts, all right? Everybody hates that, both sides, everybody thinks that's fucking the bad idea and we should have let it go, right? Who came up with that shit, okay? Who decided that after the investment firms sold houses to anybody with a fucking pulse, right, and then took out credit default swaps against that, betting that that shit was going to fail, who decided that not only was it the government's responsibility to cover that debt, but that we were not going to hold any of them accountable at all whatsoever, all right? Who did that? Was it Obama? Really? That's what people say. Barack Obama did that. In 2008, before he got elected, right? Bullshit. Fuck you. It wasn't fucking them. It's not the liberals that are doing that shit, all right? Yeah, maybe he holds some responsibility for not following up and writing what is obviously fucking wrong. Okay, what I'm looking at is who is instituting these policies, all right? Who started the fucking Iraq war? Okay, was it the liberals? Did we fucking, like, did the fucking progressive left come in and, like, create phony fucking evidence and get Colin Powell to go up there and lie his ass off in front of the UN? I don't fucking think so, right? Who changed the law so that corporations can fucking give as much money as they feel like to political campaigns? All right, was that the liberals or the conservatives? All right, that used to be against the law. It's not anymore. Who fucking did that? All right. Now, just the reason why right now, the reason this pisses me off so much is because the country is fucked up so bad right now because of these conservative policies, all right? People need to fucking understand this. We have a debt crisis now, right? That's what everybody's saying. Debt crisis, and, it's $15 trillion, right? Well, in 2000, we had a $500 billion surplus, okay? $500 billion came in after we spent all the shit that we had to spend, and we had that much left over, all right? The debt at that time was $5 trillion. It's 15 now. It was $5 trillion. Okay, that means that if we, would have kept getting that same, part of that, part of it was because there was a .com, like, .com bubble and shit. That's true, but part of it was because taxes were 2% higher then. Okay, it was like not even fucking ridiculous. Part of that was because if we would have kept that same margin, even something even nominally close to that, the debt would be gone now. People don't understand that. We would not have a national debt now. We wouldn't be having these fucking problems with, like, debt ceilings, having to raise it every single fucking year, and, like, having to, like, a super committee going in and cutting shit, right? We wouldn't be facing these decisions like, do we raise taxes, or do we get rid of the post office, or do we cut Social Security, right? What fucking happened, all right? It was because the conservatives came in under Bush and they cut taxes for the fucking rich people, right? And then they got us into 2 fucking wars at the same fucking time, okay? And then they allowed the fucking financial industry to just collapse, and now we're fucked, all right? We're fucked because we elected the wrong fucking person, all right? Because the person that got, stole the election, I don't know, people, I'm gonna give that up, all right? The person that got elected in 2000, right? didn't give a shit about the country, and they didn't know how to fucking lead, okay? That's, you know, people say, like, you know, it doesn't matter who the president is. That's a perfect fucking example of why it's important who the fucking president is. Take a look at 2000, take a look at today. Take a look at what might have happened if we would have had somebody with a brain in there, okay? You know, it's fucking, you know, $15 trillion is fucking ridiculous, all right? It's absolutely fucking ridiculous, okay? That is more, that much money, people don't, you know, you don't understand how much that is, all right? That's more than the cumulative worth of everything in the entire fucking country, all right? Everything, every fucking house, okay? Every fucking skyscraper, all the forests, all the computers, all the fucking stealth bombers, all the Nintendo Game Boys, everything in the entire goddamn country you can buy for $15 trillion, right? That's how much money they've run up, right? Because the conservatives fucking cut taxes on rich people. We wouldn't have this fucking problem if we would have just kept taxes at 2% higher than what they are today. It's absolutely... And then they turn around and they say, you know, well, we're so broke because liberals are spending money. Fuck you. Alright? That's bullshit. Okay? I mean, it's a joke. It's an absolute fucking joke, you know, that people don't, you know, don't just understand how this shit happened, okay? Because, you know, the fact is that, you know, they fucked everything up, right? Because they don't give a fuck about running the country, all right? All they really care about, all the conservative Republican people, all they really give a shit, they care about two things: cutting taxes for rich people. The other one is privatizing services and fucking, you know, privatizing fucking social programs and services, right? You know, you notice that they don't actually eliminate services, and they don't eliminate, you know, things like fucking Social Security, right? You know, Bush didn't want to, like, eliminate that. He wanted to privatize it, okay? Because the goal of the conservative Republican, the right wing, their goal is to move public dollars into their own pockets, all right? They want to privatize it so they can give it to their fucking supporters, the moneyed in the fucking corporate supporters, all right? That's what it is. They don't really give a shit about, you know, lowering and cutting government, all right, and shrinking it down. They want to take your tax dollars that you pay for a service that, you know, you get for free, essentially. They want to take that and give it to fucking, you know, give it to a private business so that your money is going directly into somebody else's pocket, and fuck that shit, okay? That's exactly what it is, all right? So fuck that, both parties are the same shit, all right? Because they're not the same, okay? If you look at the policies that fuck this country up, they came from the far right wing, the far right conservative part, right? And not from the fucking left, okay? That's just goddamn truth. That's how it is. You can look at, you know, all back to Richard Nixon, all the presidents back to Richard Nixon. Look at the debt, look how the debt increased under the fucking Republicans and went down under the Democrats, all right? Look at who starts the fucking wars, okay? Look at who fucking, you know, look at which side fucking stands in the way of fucking social justice, okay? And it's not, you know, it's not one, it's one side is causing it, and the other side, you know, the problem with Democrats and liberals and shit is that they're too weak, okay? They're too weak, they're too afraid to stand up to the fucking corporations, all right? And there are, you know, to be fair, there's plenty of corporate influence on the left, okay? The people, you know, you call them blue dog Democrats, all right? That's why, you know, you need to understand that you know, political parties and political ideologies are different, right? It's the conservative elements and the Democratic Party which are causing, you know, going along with the fucking conservative elements in the Republican Party, that is causing this shit, okay? You know, yeah, the liberals and the Democrats are not fucking perfect, you know, but at least they seem to be willing to do the right thing once in a while, okay? We can get something out of them, right? We can get a social program out of them, right? Once in a while, okay? They seem to be genuinely concerned about, you know, helping the people that vote for them to not be fucking poor and destitute, all right? You know, it matters who you vote for, okay? And if you're unhappy with the government that we have, then you need to see who exactly in the government is causing the problem and vote those assholes out, all right? But it's not, it just doesn't mystically happen over fucking night just because you vote for someone, all right? It takes work, okay? You have to actually look at the candidate's track record, right? And you have to know, not just vote for somebody because you resonate with them on a, you know, emotional level, all right? That was the thing they said about Bush. It's like, oh, he's great. You want to have a beer with him. It's like, I don't want to have a beer with him. I want him to be the fucking president in charge of the country, in charge of the nuclear weapons and in the economy and leader of the free world. All right, he's not like having a beer with me. Okay, I mean, for fuck's sake, you know, it takes work. Okay, and you know what, you have to know why you vote for things. Okay, you have to know, you have to understand. You know, if you're going to support someone, you have to know why. All right, you have to see what they fucking do, what their track record is, and then you have to weigh the good versus the bad and decide this guy is good enough and I trust him. All right, and right now the people that are fucking causing all the fucking problems all seem to be coming from one core ideology. All right, and fuck that shit. You know, we can't get any movement on anything in this country if these people keep getting fucking elected. You know, if you keep fucking voting in these right-wing corporate assholes whose only ambition is to enrich themselves at the public expense, all right? And if you keep doing that, the country's gonna stay fucked up, and that's just how it fucking is, folks. Okay, so don't blame the system, all right? Blame the people in the system who are causing the fucking problem, and do something about it. Go out there, you know. Run for office, all right? Run for office. Fucking set up a, you know, people are always complaining about lobbyists and shit like that. Be a fucking lobbyist. Go out, set up your own CPAC thing, okay? I mean, there's no rules anymore, all right? Get involved. If you're not going to get involved, then don't fucking complain. And that's all there is to it, folks. Adios.